missed it.
yeah?
I just yelled. You missed it. I just yelled back at the girls. I said, "Y'all keep your damn ears open now, 'cause I don't want to be yelling for no cold one. Have to
Word.
bust a head
Now I need them on ice. I need them on ice, please.
straight on deck,
Not even in, I
Const-
don't even want it out the fridge. I want it sitting on ice, quite literally.
constantly. Before I finish one,
Ah,
I need one.
yeah.
I need one cup.
I gotta wash down my
Welcome.
last beer with another beer.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how that goes. Oh, look like you about to fire you one up too.
Yeah, man. Let's get this thing on the two pocket.
Hey, like Father, like Son podcast, man. You know how we do it.
Hold up.
Back in the kitchen, another opportunity to get what's on our hearts on out there. Um, Before we get started, how we do every time, Pop man, I'm proud of you. Love you very much. Let's keep kicking asses. My boots are
Yes.
my boots got they worn down, but they still good. They still steel toes. They still work. My ass kicking boots are totally ready to go.
Straight up boots to asses. That's the
That's
way it
it.
is. Boots
That's
to
it.
asses. Shout out to your boy last week though. Big Riley in the house. Shout out Riley.
For sure, for
He
sure. Riley's been coming up with some really good ideas too, about how we can help improve stuff, and he's been sending me a lot of material too on the side. So honestly, I'm not gonna call him an unlikely hero, but I didn't expect to have him like help out so much, and he's doing it because he just cares. You know what I'm saying? And I think he believes in us, so that's really fly. But he's been sending me links throughout the week with stuff that certainly helps out with my cause right now. You know.
shout out to Riley.
Oh, before we start, Pop, you got something you want to tell these folks?
Yeah, this is just for educational purposes only. It's just
Mm,
our opinion.
that's all. That's all. We got quite a few. I want to start off by telling you, Pop, I went online yesterday, had a rant online. It's about the whole Kamala Harris situation, honestly. It was about the whole Kamala Harris situation. You and I have spoken about this privately, but for those who don't know, just for historical context, our current president has stepped down for the running of the presidency in 2024. Apparently he caught COVID and decided that if he got sick, he wasn't going to run anymore. But he's still currently the president. Nobody's seen him, but he's still currently the president. Just I guess like the COVID kicked him in his ass so hard in the past 4 days, he's not going to run again next year. So instead, they wind up putting Miss Kamala Harris up there for the Democratic nominee, basically because they ran out of money. All the money had been poured into Joe Biden, and they couldn't find somebody suitable enough that they knew the American people were going to give a crap about. So Kamala Harris hasn't actually called out who her roommates, I mean, her running mate is going to be. But I called it out and said that I think this might be the worst. This might be the epitome of why DEI is such a bad thing in some cases. DEI being diversity, inclusion. I forgot DEI. It's a thing that they passed to get, I guess, more minorities in the jobs. But then I thought about it and I spoke on it. Like if this lady got the job because she was black, which we know she did, that's what Joe Biden told us at least before he hired her woman. If that's the case, how dangerous can it be if the devil puts a black face on? Or whoever's for hire puts the black face on and then decides that they're going to run knowing that people are going to vote for them simply because they're black. And I expected to have a lot of hell, but surprisingly, a lot of people agree with me. So that went
Yeah.
on yesterday, just so you know.
See, America, I do think is wisening up, and we still got our left and right wingers. You know what I mean? You still got people, but like you said, People are realizing that the devil come in all shapes, size, forms, genders. You understand? It could be
Yes.
the devil could come in a dark skin with a vagina, or the devil could come with orange hair and a penis, or the devil could come as your great grandfather with Alzheimer's or dementia. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I do agree with you. I actually, to be exact, she hadn't even won the Democratic nominee yet. That won't be determined. I believe it's like next month.
Yeah, so they're supposed to have the Democratic National Convention, which is where Obama first set his stage back in 2007. So this is going to be her opportunity or somebody else's opportunity to go ahead and knock this thing on down. But
Yeah.
it's I mean, like I said, the money is gone. You can't just pick any old body, or you will surely lose. So they know, okay, they know Kamala. She knows Obama through second, third person. That's our best bet. And so you're right. They haven't endorsed her, including Obama hasn't endorsed this woman, whatever that means. But I don't know who else they could choose. You might as well just choose Smokey the Bear.
Well,
Scruff McGruff.
they
Scruff McGruff
well
might win against Donald Trump as opposed to Kamala.
well I think the United States Republic already know who's the next president is going to be. I firmly believe that they pick every president to serve their purpose.
So you believe that Donald J. Trump was actually is part of the
Put
establishment. You think that he was chosen.
I believe him. I believe from my forefathers, George Washington on up to the current one. I can't think of the dude.
Winston
Winston.
Churchill. That's right.
There's pictures of him hanging out with George Washington prior to Washington becoming a president. It's all the money. It's who they want in place to serve their agenda. Hey man, I tell you what, I'm gonna put you in the Congress. But this little stuff I'm doing over here, you make sure no heat come to me. It's called, in my opinion, only minds. Some people might think like me, but I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm speaking for me. In my opinion, it's called the United States Republic.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. CBD, CBD, CBD.
Whoever wins this election is because the powers to be made it possible.
Now, I do agree that most presidents have been chosen. I agree with you actually 100% on that. But let's go 99%.
Okay.
I do believe that men who are of the people and not of the establishment usually do not win, which is the reason why Bernie Sanders hasn't won. Nobody's got anything bad to say about him, but he can't win. It's because we all know he's anti-establishment. I do
Yeah.
believe that the code was broken. I'm not saying that he's a golden child or anything. I think he's a victim of a blessing. I think that the code was broken when Donald Trump actually won because he wasn't supposed to. I think it broke the mold, and therefore now we start seeing the first time people like old laws being reascended or new laws being created in the state that that the guy's in, and so on and so forth, or otherwise because we know our other presidents have been war criminals and murderers. That's part of the job. You got to be a murderer. That has to be the job. But nobody has ever been gone after like that, and it's not because he's a criminal. because we know every single one of our presidents have been criminals. They're just part of the establishment. You can't be bought for it. You can't be paid for it. If it was me running for president, you know me, and I got my own money, what are they gonna say about me? You can't buy me. I don't give a shit. What, you gonna give me $1 million? You gonna give me some? Come on. What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that
It's
things change, and I think in my head the way they were going to correct that change was by shooting a man in the head and missed twice. So that was hell to pay. If the Democrats were ready for this, there's no way they if they were ready, if they were prepared for this, there's no now it could be some bigger chain who's controlling all of this, but if the Democrats, for example, were prepared for this, they would already have a backup ready and it wouldn't be Kamala Harris.
well, when you
They've
get a
been saying
chance,
for 2 years.
I truly believe that, as I said to you earlier, as I will always say, I think that everybody's put into place for a specific purpose.
Mm.
You know, I'm not gonna get too much into that, but what I will say is this: I also think that the United States Republic keeps us focused on things that they want us to believe that's really important.
Yep.
Now, again, the presidency is an important deal from what we all been led to believe. But I think that's already established who's going to win that. But let's look at bigger news, which they keeping us blindfolded behind this. Oh, he dropping out. Oh, he got almost shot. Oh, she's a black woman. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But they're not telling us the truth. They don't want us to know the truth. Now, here's the true fact. First time in history, the United States military has been kicked officially out of Niger in Africa.
Got you.
Made them leave their weapons and everything. Now they crossed the border to another little, I guess, what did we call it? Country, state, whatever.
In Africa, they didn't cross the
Yes,
water, right? Okay.
they crossed the water.
Okay.
But Niger put them out.
Mhm.
And the Russian military had sworn to have their backs. The Russian military built came in until
Right.
Niger gets its army together, which is going to happen quick because they made the United States government army leave all their weapons, kicked them out, kicked them out. I'm tired of you. Get off of my land.
The hell on. Get the hell on.
America,
That's what happens when you
America,
don't sign treaties with people. That's what happens when you don't like give an alliance to a country blindly. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of your life. I'm not signing
that's
no paper. You ain't colonizing me. Get your ass up out of here
yeah,
now.
that's what happens when you stand your ground as a human. As a human, to this day, they call us African Americans. That's not a human. Well, it is for a person that was born in Africa and
Yes,
became an
that's the
American.
only way. That's the only way. And even
Right.
still, you would never consider anybody a continent. If you from Japan, you're not gonna say he's an Asian American. He's a Japanese American. If he's from
Yeah.
Australia, like that. Well, Australia wouldn't work. A European American is ridiculous. He's a British American. He's a whatever. You know what I'm saying? Italian American. Why are y'all
Uh,
putting the whole damn continent on me?
yeah.
and Africa breeds everybody from white people to dark skinned people, like and everybody in between. Like I'm related to all of Africa, huh? That's what y'all gonna give me? Y'all is crazy.
Well, the sad thing is, why are we not talking about that? Why are we stuck on L timers and orange hair
And we
and
stuck
black?
on probably trying to struck a chord, but it's probably A minor. Everybody was stuck on that for a while.
Well, also a black vagina.
Love those
And when
color
I'm,
vaginas.
huh?
I said I happen to love those colored vaginas. I love them all though, but I happen
No,
to like those.
I'm talking about the vice president. They got us all worried about orange hair, Alzheimer's, and a black vagina.
Let's go with tan. I don't know. They tried to say Obama was from Kenya. Let's find out how black this lady is and if she's playing games. Because I don't
She's
know how black anybody is. I found out
she
I'm
is
not.
she is of African, again, African American descent, Asian descent, and
Native
Indian.
American. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
who's
she
supposed to
is.
be black?
Who's supposed to be white?
Have you ever seen like, and I brought this point up too yesterday. If you look at her face, she's got like a different chin structure. Have you ever seen? And I know you've seen. You from the Mecca of the United States, all the way down south, and you've probably seen a million, 2 million red bone chicks. Have you seen any black woman look like her before? Has she looked like any black woman you've ever seen whatsoever?
Yeah, she have. She does, but she got different blood mixed in her. So what you're seeing is the actual combination of the bloods.
If we're
But
doing this, then that we might as well call the Arabs black people, which they technically are. We might as well call like the dark Italians black people. Like what are we doing? The, who's
but they
black?
both
If you got one
are.
drop, you black enough.
None of it makes sense. Who's white for that matter? What is there? What does that mean to have like the skinhead thing? So or all white America. What does that mean?
It's too
How
late.
can that? How can it be possible?
Right. Well,
Yeah,
incest is your only option.
but
Incest is
even
the only
because you'll start building a bunch of retarded people,
way. Well, that's how
and
they used
eventually,
to do it in medieval times. If they wanted the bloodline pure, the cousin might have to smash on the cousin.
yeah. But somewhere down that line, those children are going to have birth defects, and they're not going to be able to reproduce because there's nobody to reproduce with them. So it would die out. That bloodline would eventually die out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ain't nobody out there making babies with God forbid, with children with Down syndrome and things of that nature. If
Can
you
I?
are,
Can I? Go ahead.
if you are, then you're a piece of scum. But
I'm gonna
sure,
throw a
feel free.
jump in there. I'm gonna throw a jump in real quick, Pop. What if? What if like we know for sure? Oh, it wouldn't have worked with Kane. Kane was never mind. Never mind. Wouldn't have worked. Wouldn't have worked. Yeah. Anyway, I'll work on that one next time. I'll be more prepared, but I get the bottom line. It would never work. Anyway, here goes something they want me to be mad about. I think we should talk about it. We were going to talk about it last week. Actually, one of the first people who were going to report about it, but I feel like an asshole now. We're a week late. But we had a guest on the show, and a pit bull ran out. But anyway, there's a young lady named Sonya Massey who's been killed in United States of America. Not sure what state she was in, but I forgot her name. Apparently, a man named Sean Grayson, who used to be a police officer, decided he was going to walk inside her house after she called the police saying that she thought somebody was trying to break into her house. From some reports that I read, when the cop showed up, he realized it was broken glass out of her car, and it appeared to be a crime scene. But the body cam came out, and he was sitting talking with the girl, and then she turned around to put some water on the pot. Oh, she turned around and was like, "Hey, let me turn around and cut this water off in the pot because I don't want to burn nothing down." He winds up joking, "Yeah, don't do that." I couldn't watch the video. These are all transcripts that I read. I don't like watching black people get murdered anymore. They do it on free on TV. I mean, they're doing it on free on YouTube, but sending a nude to a girl or something like that might be a sex crime. So won't support it. Long story short, though, that man wound up, from what I read, the situation was she turned around and he started freaking out. Put it down, put it down. She says, "I don't have anything." When she turned around, she told him, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And he freaked out and said, "You better not, you better not." And then she ducked behind the counter. And when she looked up for a second, she he, the not he, Sean Grayson split that lady's wig open, shot her in the head. There's also reports saying that another cop came in and said, "Oh my gosh, she's still breathing. We can do something." And another cop said to him, "Don't worry about it. It's a headshot. You ain't got to worry about it." Left the woman for dead. Apparently, that woman had children. But Sean Grayson has actually had, I just read today, according to ABC News, has held 6 police jobs in the past 4 years. Oh man,
Yeah.
my what you call it shut down. 6 police jobs in the past 4 years. That's 4 police stations and 2 sheriff's offices. His longest stint was at the place he was at, which only was for a year. They only allowed him to be there for a year before he wound up murdering that girl. But everybody else been kind of getting him up out of there because I think they knew he was a dickhead or a stupid boy. Because it wasn't just that he was murderous. I'm sure he was just stupid. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left the job. Long story short, though, a woman's dead, and I'm sure you heard about it. How you feel?
To a degree, police reform. I don't think that the whole precinct should have to pay for his mess. I believe he should have to pay for all of that.
Okay.
He should have to wear every single bit of it. But let's go back to what I said earlier: reform, police reform. What'll
You look
probably
good, by the
happen.
way. It look like you got lined up. Look good. You got lined
Well,
up?
thank Nah, it's just growing like that.
Okay.
It's I don't think the whole police force should have to pay for that. I think that should be on him. Any lawsuits, he should have to pay.
Okay.
It should bankrupt every police officer. And any judge should say you cannot uh, file for bankruptcy and get out of this. You are ordered to pay this amount of money, and you will pay this weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, period. End of story. They stop doing it. Now let's go
What's
back
the
to
punishment
police.
though if you don't pay? What would the punishment be? And it can't like is it just jail or is it like concentration camp or work camp?
You go to jail anyway. So you and
Okay.
your family should pay that. And if they can't, then you send them all to jail. That's just my opinion. It's not right. I know it ain't, but that's just my opinion. But it has to stop. And then on top of this, police reform I'm talking about,
Yes.
the ones that's hiring this guy that know what his jacket is like should be considered co-conspirators. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
You left New York City as a cop, got bamboozled yourself. It's time to leave now. Now I want you to understand how this case is. Obviously, he was fired and somebody else hired him.
Release, it said it was released under the determination of other. They didn't give a reason, but yes, he was probably fired.
Released is fired.
Hmm.
So now on your jacket it says you've been released, and then now
Five
you
times
got
before the
that's what I'm
last one.
saying. Now you got four other police commissioners, police chiefs, the sheriff himself to hire him, and you know this is on his jacket. I call that a co-conspirator. That's RICO.
You know?
How you hire somebody that you knew screwed up? If that's the case, hire a damn convict to be a police officer.
Or a
If you
murderer.
letting
Because there's
or
some
rapist
convicts with real morals. Hire a murderer.
or rapist,
Just do that. Yep.
this has to
Yep.
stop. The only way it's gonna stop is to hit these people. Let me tell you something, man. And this is with crime. Man out there raping women, you castrate him, he cannot do that again.
Point.
He won't ever do that again. And then people, they just caught one in New Hanover County, a female. She was a dance teacher. Multiple counts of abusing minors in different
Right.
counties.
Right. Right. Right.
So if that's the
Yeah.
case, let her do a time and then go back and teach in school. That's not going to happen, is it?
No, that's never gonna happen.
Then,
And I do think
then,
that they need to be. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, Pop. I'm sorry.
why do cops are able to get away with things, breaking the rules, hurting people, leave that profession, get right back in the same profession in another town? If that's the case, then that lady I'm telling you about, when she do her time, you should let her go back to teaching dance. If that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're a teacher that decided to touch kids after you serve your time, let them teach the kids again. He served his
That's what
time.
they do. That's what they do to police.
That's a good point.
Mm.
Well, that brings me to the next point of like, why do we continue? And we know this don't work. It didn't work with the Emmett Till situation. We sat there and let that the lady who actually got Emmett Till killed, walk around the stores and walk around the city, and nobody beat her ass. But we'll kill each other. I'm talking about black folks in this one. We kill each other, but ain't nobody even think about touching that woman, and she wound up dying. Emmett Till's name is still important for whatever reason, but the point hasn't been fixed yet. Why are we worshiping? I'm gonna say why why don't we stop doing the victim idols? Like why are we making the victim the idol? The man who needs to be spoken about name is Shine Grayson. I hate that Sonya Massey died. I hate that. But she's not the first one. We make people live in infamy. We don't make them live in victimship. Why are we doing this? You live in infamy. And now your son. gets hell, buddy. And now, just
Yep,
like how they did Rico from Paid in Full, Rico Jr., that man had hell growing up. The little man.
yep,
Your father's a snitch. Everybody was giving him hell. So like why are we holding ourselves like why are we killing each other? We hold ourselves to that high of a regard. We willing to kill each other, but not the people that's actually out here killing nobody. I hate to say this, but Sonya Massey, she will be forgotten. I hate to say this. Shine Grayson's has it was never known. He
yep,
was never known. That's the
yep,
issue. That's my issue.
yep. But he was known not to everybody, to the corrupt, crooked few that brought him aboard again and again and again and again.
Yeah, yeah.
Why they are not held responsible.
I think it all to me sounds like a load of BS, and that
It
load of
is.
BS need to be dropped off somewhere. But speaking of loads, nice segue. I'm getting nice with this pop. Speaking of loads, not too long ago, I had a moving situation in which I had to, get some things moved from situation A to situation B, and I couldn't find nobody. I was doing really, really bad, and I wound up looking up online and found out about this place called Divas Hauling. Divas Hauling is based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. It was able to move my items from one place to another without an issue. Even the out of town charge, it wasn't even an issue. I know the person personally because the lady runs the business herself. Hardworking people on the team, total professionals. So this segment that we going on to is brought to you by Divas Hauling Incorporated at gmail.com. Get in contact if you need to actually if you need to, get something
Make
moved. And it's not just furniture. You can move dirt. This lady can move dirt. She can drive a flatbed. Like the corporation really is a wonderful place. So thank you for the donations. We can continue going on because of people like you. Divas Hauling Incorporated at gmail.com. What you got, Pop?
no shout out to those people. There's some good people,
Now it's
and
time
it's
to talk
people
about
like
a
that,
freak boy. Huh?
and it's people like that that we all need to stick together with, and we all need to take our government back, man. We all need to go to our local Congress board meetings. These education, what they call it, the school board meetings and all of this. They just fired the damn superintendent in New Hanover County.
Mm.
Nobody saying nothing. Nobody
Yep.
saying why. You don't get fired for nothing.
How many parents do you think are going to show up to the school board meeting to find out who in the hell how they're going to determine who the new superintendent's going to be? Zero. I mean, let me believe in humanity. You think 10 people gonna show up?
Well, to be
10
honest
people
with
whose
you,
parents, whose kids are actually in public school. You think
you
10 of them
know,
gonna show up?
well, I want you to understand the power of the United States corporation. Okay? Now, this only makes sense. You live in Porter's Neck. You live Carolina Beach, Riceville Beach. You got your piece of change. You're going to show up. You know why? Because you're going to put in a seat who you need to get your issues across.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Creech. I know if I go to him, he got my back. So I'm going to tell my friends in Carolina Beach and Riceville Beach, yo, look, we got to get him in.
Yeah.
We got to make sure he doing what's right. You know what I'm saying? In case our husband get caught drunk coming home from the damn golf course,
Yeah.
to make sure he all right.
Yeah,
And
he
you
was
know
drinking
what?
with.
And you know what? You would be the superintendent.
Yeah.
That's
This is
all I'm
why I get
saying.
mad
But
at gang activity. Go ahead, Pop.
that's the way it is, man. There's thugs in throughout the United States Corporation. There's thugs everywhere,
Hmm.
especially in the government.
And I agree with that 1,000%. This is why I get mad though at gang activity. Like when I think about, like I say, the local Bloods, local Crips, whatever gang you want to be a part of, the OGs and the homies and all this other BS, you want to be a part of a group with these dudes, a bunch of dudes who really don't even know what a man figure is sometimes. But like that's the difference between legit gangsters and trash gangsters. When it was the mafia, they would do lobbying. They would put money into the police station, into the fire department, get their guys in there. That's how it works. So if
That's how it
I'm
works.
willing to argue if a blood or crip organization right now put money down onto lobbying for the local whoever, they would be legitimized instantly. Instantly.
Yep.
Even with drug money. That's the thing. The ATM don't know the difference between drug money and clean money. Yeah.
If they
Your
know,
bank account certainly don't
those
know the
people would.
difference.
Hmm.
Say it again.
I said they'll find a way to clean it up either way. American money is blood money.
Yes. Yes. That's all I'm saying. That's it. The police are gangsters too, Pop. They lobby. That's
They
why they got
thugs.
so much control.
They thugs. Some of
Killers.
our are thugs. Some of our Congress people are thugs.
Most of them.
It's an organized gang. It's an organized gang.
When are
They
we
know,
gonna learn though?
huh?
When are we gonna learn? Even black churches know. Oh, put some money in these people's pocket. It's going. They look out for us. Black schools know it. Black like organizations know it, but not the actual street culture. What are we missing? Like, how don't we get it yet? Give them a little
Because,
money and you'll be protected. It's the truth.
but they can't see that far. The fact is, oh, this is a black woman. You know what? She been through the same situations I've been through, and so you vote. You spend time on the wrong issues. And just because you consider yourself a black man, I consider myself a black man. That doesn't fucking mean I can relate to you and you can relate to me. Your
It's a
life
good
is
point.
yours.
Great point.
Is mine. We all want to be, without even realizing it, a victim. We need something or someone to believe in to help us feel better about our own lives. Oh, she's a black woman. She'd know about abortion. And you see, you voting for the wrong reasons because she can't do nothing about that. That starts on the state level.
Do you think Carlton Banks understands what like Will Smith in the TV show? Will Smith quickly found out what it meant to live in Carlton Banks' world, and he was able to maneuver and manipulate the situation for the better for himself. Carlton Banks was not capable of doing that in West Philadelphia. He wasn't capable of doing that.
And he
So
wasn't
that
capable of doing.
alone, I know it's a show, but situations like that show like everybody is not a monolith. We can't all do the same jobs. Some of us are
No.
special.
Yeah.
That's all.
But if you look at Carlton too, he wasn't doing all of that in Bel Air.
True. True.
So now let's look
We'll
at
wind up
this.
running that situation.
Let's look at this for what it is. Now, with all the rumors and everything going on about Will Smith, it's kind of clear to me that he was a part of that United States.
Republic, I
Yes.
call it the United Bank of America. Listen, once again, for people who might be watching, me and my papa love our country. And we are total patriots too. We really do love our country and we love the people in it. But the government is is grimy, grimy. So he calls it the United States Republic. I call it the United Bank of America. Trizak.
I call it the United States Corporation too.
That's what you call it. That's what you call it. My fault. My fault. My fault. You're right. United States Corporation. Mine's the United Bank of America. Either
It's
way,
the,
I
it's the
smell
same.
y'all from a mile away, man. I smell it. I
Yeah,
smell it.
it's the same thing. And I don't want their filthy hands on none of my stuff. None of my stuff.
Yeah, with your stuff. So here we go.
Huh?
Let's get to the next joint real quick.
Yeah.
Oh
Let's
my
do that.
God.
Uh-oh.
First of all, this ain't about Brittany Griner, but I need to bring her up anyway. The lady said not too long ago, she come up on her. She said, "Hey man, congratulations, you a new mom. You and your wife had a mom." She looked at her crazy and said, "Oh, mom, I'm the pops." I just want to throw that in there. She is your equal now. I just want you to know that. According to what's going on around here, like she is a father as you are a father.
Yep.
Congratulations. She's in the same
Congrats.
group as me. Never knew it would happen, but it certainly has. But
Wow.
that's not the point. My point is the women's Olympic basketball team played against the WNBA All Star team. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Got
Yep.
smoked. Got smoked.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, if that's the Olympic team, who in the hell's on the All Star team? Shouldn't they all be like? Shouldn't they be the All Stars? Like I'm sitting here like, who who is the All Star? Like, who are y'all? I can't believe this. Right now, the All Star team, it'd be difficult. Whatever All Star team they could try to assemble while the U.S. males basketball team is out on the courts, they couldn't mess with like they it. What's going on here anymore, Pop? How you feel about that? And what's wrong with this sport? Is it too political?
It's just not just that sport. Everything. We are weak. We too focused on the wrong things. They keeping us separated. They keeping us separated. And again, I believe Bush was not Bush. Trump was put in office for that, and I think he's done a hell of a job because now it is totally separated. It's Democrats against Republicans. You know what I'm saying? I see the way people moved when he won. I see the way people moved when he lost. Hell, just look at the damn Capitol. You see what they done?
Yeah.
Now you gonna do out of all of those lawyers, those doctors, all of those white collared Americans, all of them committed those crimes, and you gonna tell me that is not considered thugs
Okay. Okay. I gotta
or
meet you
gang
halfway. I can't even
or
play
gang?
devil's advocate on this. I'm gonna just I gotta push back on this. Some people were there just because they were just having a rally, and
So
there's proof
how
that the police there, whoever they were, special police or whatever agency they were, allowed those people to come in. Some people was acting the fool, and those people certainly got hit with crimes. But then there were people who were just actually walking inside or getting hit outside. They got caught outside or whatever, and they got fired or they got their lives ruined when they only just came down for a Trump rally, and that's all it was supposed to be. Because he didn't tell them
Okay,
break your ass up in that place. Some people are stupid, and so the herd
okay.
mentality is if everybody else is being stupid, it's okay for me to be stupid too.
Well, then you stupid with them, and you
But
deserve
some
the
people
same
were
thing.
just out there though. Some people was just out there.
Yeah, but the people that were just out there did not go to jail. If you
Oh
step
yes, they
across,
did. Some people did go to jail. Some people did go to jail. Some people got fired. That's worse than going to jail.
okay, I can understand the fire. But if you step across that damn threshold,
Hmm.
then you deserve whatever you got. So
I
what you
understand.
saying is just because my homeboys ran in that TV store and took them TVs, I'm not just as guilty if I cross that threshold?
That's fair.
Ye-
That is fair. That's
Yes,
not unfair. That's not unfair.
whether you have peace, peace in your heart or not, the building wasn't open to public at that time. You crossed that threshold, you committed a crime.
But the special police were telling people to bring their ass in there, and that's recorded, pop. Like that's
Because
recorded.
because they was feeling some kind of way because he lost. So again, if they are not thugs and criminals, I don't know what is. What
One
makes
of my
anybody think that they could cross?
No, that makes sense. No, that like what you saying is not. It's totally rational. That's the great point about it. Honestly, it's totally rational. But I can tell you this: you and I both have been part of situations without giving nothing crazy, not no true admission to guilt. But you and I have both been, or at least witnessed situations in which a mini riot has been created, and just off of
Yeah,
two, three people, you might be with two, three people, more damage was actually done than what happened on January 6th. Three
yes,
men, two men, actually causing chaos, actually like
yeah.
harming people. That we've seen that in small amounts, but I wouldn't have had my ass out there. I could tell you that for sure. I could tell you that for sure. But if you got a picture of somebody who happened to be a registered nurse and look, she was out there, she's a J6er and get fired for it, that's ridiculous. And it's
That
totally
is
unnecessary.
that aspect is true. And if somebody was out there in the back of the lawn that did not cross that threshold, if they got arrested, that's totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
The innocent people I got the sympathy for. It's the ones that cross the threshold that are thugs, gangsters,
Okay.
criminals, scum.
Now,
Because
to be
crime is
fair, guy,
a crime is a crime.
to be fair, and this is I don't want this to be like a facetious like example, but there's a man who actually he was just in there taking pictures, and he is a journalist. The man wound up getting excruciating, like just totally done totally bad. And there's an interview of him, but it's facetious because I don't have that man's name, so it's hard for me to look up. I believe it was on Candace Owens, but or maybe it was on Tucker Carlson. But excuse me, it was some people got hit. It was some people got hit for no reason. So So let me ask you this: what's what's more important, right? When the J Sixers, and I'm not equating these things. I just want I want for things to kind of be the same, so I can understand how to gauge it. When them J Sixers went out there and they was acting the fool, it was some out there acting the fool, and the ones that broke inside the place certainly should not have been there. But like those people got like put on CNN. Those people got put like individually doxxed. They got individually aired out. But then you realize all of the riots that was going on for a lot of these murderous police that was out here acting the fool. And and these people, like the people that caused those riots, some of them were saboteurs and some of them were just chaotic. They just wanted to cause hell and they weren't aired out individually. What's the difference? Why do you think the media cared more? A crime is a
Honestly,
crime.
yeah, I don't even know why. I don't even know. I agree with you. A crime is a crime, man. A crime is a crime. That I mean, I don't even know why, but I agree 100% with you. You do stupid shit, you deserve to get it, and that's what we wrong. We well, that's where the country is soft. Now, no matter who you are, no matter what you identify yourself as, you know, our country got it now to where you got to be damn near on death row before you can hit a person back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta like
It
get a notary public. You gotta get a notary sign. Like, okay, I'm
somebody
breaking in
with
your house at this time. It's okay to kill me.
well, you could be on the street. You got to have somebody to have a fucking camera when a member of the LGBTQ, a female, hell, a black man for that. You got to have somebody to filming where they struck you.
Yeah,
Because if not, you'll be hit with a hate crime.
that's 10 years plus the crime. It's pretty serious. Damn.
I don't care what you identify as. You put your hand on me.
That's all. Why'd you do that? How'd you do that? Yeah,
We weak, man.
yep.
We cater to the so-called victim, but it's ridiculous because now in our days that we stuck in now, everybody plays victim. That's what's so screwed up. Everybody's playing victim. Oh, I'm pissed off at you. I want to leave you. Man, look, look on the internet. They got men that's been put out of their houses. Never seen it coming. Never knew the wife was upset. She done took out divorce papers and everything. And the last straw is she the man sitting on I've seen several of them. The man sitting on his porch. Here come the law. He looking at him. He cocky like, yeah, these some bitches here. Yeah, okay. Serving them papers, man. She done fucking divorced him. Accusations of him beating her. Put him out right on the spot.
Hmm.
How can somebody do that? How can a judge sign those papers without any proof, any facts? How can you get the power to do that? Because you're
Right.
a judge? You fucking kidding me? In them situations like that, I think the appropriate thing is to have that judge go through that same damn thing.
Some of these judges need to pay the price, the ultimate price. Some of these judges know they need to pay the ultimate price. Garbage. And some of them, if y'all happen to care, go watch some of those Congress meetings where you can tell certain parties are trying to put certain judges in order. These people, it's
See,
not about your lawyer, and it's really not about your peers. It's about the people who dictate the law. The law is written as the Bible is written, but there's people who get to decipher it in different ways. So you may not like that preacher because he doesn't say the Bible the way you think you like it, but you like that preacher because it works. I can't choose my judge. Where's the freedom in that? If the judge is hard on crime for people who sell weed, and I happen to have some weed on me, I might be facing a harsher punishment than the judge who smokes weed. I can't choose. Like this system that we're in, we don't get it, and then it's like, okay, if he's in trouble, cool, he a felon, take his rights away. We don't understand how close we are to catching a felony and getting our rights stripped away. It's only a matter of time for some people. You're gonna catch a felony. It's not hard. And speaking of
I,
which, this bird shit crap head, but I'm gonna get to him real quick. And but I just want to do another quick commercial break and show some love to in season supply based out of the tri-state area of New Hanover County, Pender, Brunswick. I've also known this person to drive things to the Piedmont. That's the Raleigh, the greater Raleigh area, and even on up to the mountains out of state if need be. That's in North Carolina. I actually witnessed myself from the moment, and I went on a field trip. I said, if you're gonna be on the team, as far as like us supporting you, I need to see what's up. And I went with this gentleman and actually saw everything. He watered the plants, the strawberry. He watered the strawberries. I saw it grow, and he brought me back a second time, and I ate the strawberry fresh out of Mother Earth. He grew it
yes.
himself, and he grows it himself. All of his vegetables and his fruits and his produce. You can also get fish and meats if you need to, and have it delivered to you wherever you might need that. So, if you ever want to get in touch, that's in season company at gmail.com. Thanks again for the love. And we continue because of people like you. So, on to this freak nasty boy. We was talking about a felony. Based out of Augusta, Maine, a 77-year-old named Elliot Carter has been disbarred. That means he's no longer able to practice law. Okay? He pled guilty in a plea deal for a Class C felony of possession of sexually explicit material of a minor. That man was sentenced to 4 years, which was suspended. He had to serve 9 months and wound up getting out in 7 because he had good behavior. I didn't put his picture up because I put the other chump's picture up. But Elliot Cutler, you's a freak boy. They said they found massive porn, child porn, kitty porn on this man's computer. I also do believe though that if somebody wanted you, they could mass email you or they could send you the email, you download something and they hit you with a mass selection of child porn and wind up totally screwing your life up and some mini file you didn't even know existed in your computer. I think that setup is real too. But
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
man's case, he pled guilty. He pled guilty. You a freak boy. You want to plead guilty to child porn? You a freak boy. Elliot Cutler, I didn't forget you. I was calling your ass to the line too. I just wanted to bring that up, pal.
Yeah, I want to respond
Oh,
on that.
this is important. He also, the gentleman was a incumbent for the mayor of Maine. He was running. I'm sorry, not the mayor, the governor of Maine. He was going to run for it. Did not win, but lost only in a small margin the first time. Got smoked the second time, but he could have actually been running the government of Maine. Yes,
Okay, can I respond to that?
please.
I can't stress this enough. This is how the United States corporation is ran. many fouls. How did he walk away with 7 months?
Ridiculous. Absolutely, he played out. So I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
The average Joe,
10 years,
no
seven
cover,
years,
at least, at least seven, at least 5 to
years.
7.
Yeah, yeah, 5 to 7 easily, easily. Especially,
So again,
oh, I don't know if he had to become a sexual. I don't know if he had to register. I don't know if his name's on the registry. They didn't say.
the biggest thing they do to him is he gonna do his time. He gonna do his time
He's
in
out.
protective custody, and
He's actually out already.
yes,
He just got disbarred. That was the news. He already served his time.
that is the United States corporation at its
He was a
finest.
felon,
That's the best.
and they
That's the
disbarred his
best they
ass
get.
after he served his time. I
Huh?
mean, as he was a felon in prison, they hadn't disbarred him yet. They waited. He was still able to practice law, I guess, in some capacity until they disbarred him a little bit after he got out. This is
That's
America.
the United States.
Yeah,
That's the United States corporation at its finest, right there, baby.
that's it. All
How
right,
they do?
Pop,
They
man.
look out.
Go ahead.
I said they look out.
I got I got one more what you call it, Pop man. I finally came with your hot seat today. So we got a hot seat tonight, everybody. Um but I want to bring up a quick one, but we may not have much time. You wanna go for it?
Yes.
Benjamin Netanyahu is the Prime Minister of Israel. Okay, a war that's currently
Yeah.
being funded by the United Bank of America, a proxy war that we're using to get in war with Iran. Obviously, it's not my business, but it
Yeah.
will be. Benjamin Netanyahu goes to Congress, flew to America while his country is at war, flew to America and told Congress, let me quote this so I don't get him right. The man said, give us the tools faster and we will be able to finish the job faster.
Yeah.
Now, not the mission, not the belief like finish the belief or finish the mission. It's a job.
Hmm.
It's a job. The employee, in my opinion, is coming up saying, if you want me to fry these burgers, you got to give me a couple spatulas. What are you talking about? You want me to flip these
You got.
burgers? I need spatulas.
You got. You
That's
want me
what
to
I
cook
see
these
happening.
burgers? You want me to cook these burgers? You have to give me the meat.
Yeah, yeah.
I can use tree twigs. I can use tree twigs to flip the meat,
Got you. Got you.
but I can't do
Or
shit.
if you does
Does that make sense?
that makes perfect sense. That's what I'm saying.
United
I agree with that.
United States Corporation. And people might think that I hate it. I don't. I love it.
Love my
I
country.
love it. Yo,
Love my
there's
country.
no place there's no place else that I can live the way I live. There's no place else. And I think I got a really decent life. I'm always surrounded by positive shit. You know what I'm saying? It's only
Yeah.
when I leave home that anything negative pops up. I love this country because I can live like I want to live without fear of anyone.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of politics that I just cannot stand. And it's all politics. From from the hospital, from healthcare to unemployment to daycare to people you hate at your job. I mean, It goes on and on and on. It's so broad. It's so broad. But again, I don't never have no issue at home. So let's go on and kick it. Let's finish it up.
All right. This is the hot beat with pops. I'm gonna have some explosions and stuff. It'll be some fireworks. It'll be a little cut scene, and it'll be a nice deep voice. I'll have the deep voice to say, "It's the hot seat." Explosions with pops.
Let's do it.
Yep, yep, yep. Here we
Yeah.
go. Just for folks who don't know, I like to do a rapid fire questionnaire with my dad just to see where his mind is at the time, and that's all, historical purposes. And one and two and three, here we go. Pop. What does that say? Oh, AOL, America Online.
What you want to know about it?
I mean, what do you think about it? You remember how old that was back in the day, that them dial-up days and Hillcrest? Like, what do you think about it?
I think AOL may open the door for a lot of people to become millionaires
Got it.
and people to speak their mind. AOL started us so that we can voice our opinions.
That's fair.
Think about it.
No, I understand. Leech.
I can't stand them and they everywhere. A fucking leech is like a fucking roach. They everywhere. You can have a monsoon and see a fucking leech. Where the fuck you come from? How did you live?
What are you doing here?
How dare you?
Uh,
Next.
Fence.
Finch.
Yeah.
My recommendation to you when you get your house, fence it off.
Bird.
Privacy.
Oh, my fault.
No, no, privacy with the fence. You need privacy because there's always something or someone looking. But now
Bird.
let's go to some bird. I like
Family.
bird. I
Okay.
like bird. I love birds.
Sirloin.
Heaven.
Bedrock.
Bedrock.
Yes.
Gold.
Okay. Rich.
Big Papa.
Last. River.
Eat forever.
Word. Word. Eating good too. Eating well. For real.
Fish on, fish on. I
Fish
got that
on.
river.
Hey y'all. This is Like Father, Like Son podcast. Once again, thank y'all very much. Every week hollering at you in one way or another. It's the Guala, this Big Papa, over and out.
One love, baby.
One Pop. I love you, Dad.
Love you too, man.
All right. Peace. No, no.